Hello, I am preparing the filling for egg rolls. I'm making egg rolls tomorrow, and you have to prepare everything the night before or the day before so that, and this is the chicken doing its thing in here, and you're cutting it small, but my family likes to feel the meat in the chicken, so this is what is important. And so that is kind of doing its thing, it's cooking. I'll let the chicken cook. Then, just to show you what follows, there will be cabbage. So once the chicken is properly cooked, I'll add the cabbage, lower the heat. I do not need it very hot to do that. And then, while the heat is low, I add the carrots, and they're nicely, you can see how I already cut them up. And so it's the same thing with the cabbage. So that is what makes the egg rolls. Now in this container, I have green onions or shallots and regular onion. So the chicken, of course, is already seasoned. It's tasty. And then you have the garlic. So, and that will follow while the chicken is simmering. And then here we are with shrimp. So the shrimp is already seasoned also. So the vegetables will absorb the flavors from the chicken and the shrimp. That is about the last one to go in, the shrimp. And then, hi Ezra, I'm making egg rolls, and I decided, Michael is coming on Sunday, as you know. So I decided, why not show them what I am just cooking my chicken now. And then the final thing would be the bean sprouts. So that's what it is. I am showing you guys how I make egg rolls. So what I'm doing now is preparing the filling for the egg rolls for tomorrow. I'm trying to make sure that you guys can see this, but the words are coming in. And so that's what the chicken looks like. And it's now cooking. It's not ready yet. So I use a lower heat. It's tasty, it's spicy. And, you know, so that's what's happening right now. And it will sit in the fridge and it will get cool tomorrow. And then I will also have it draining. I will use this same drainer, put this in a bigger bowl, all of it, and let it drain through the night in the fridge. And then tomorrow, where it has no liquid, I will take it and then I will start filling the egg roll papers. And I'll show you what my wrappers look like. Let me just get the wrapper. I keep the wrapper in the freezer, so they have to be frozen until you're ready to. So I use those wrappers, spring rolls. And I do that. I really enjoy making egg rolls. I love making it. I taught myself to make egg rolls because, of course, you buy it and sometimes they're greasy. And one of the tricks about frying is making sure you fry in more oil. People think that less oil gives you less greasy stuff. That's not true. It is. The more oil gives you less greasy stuff. So they should float. And they don't require a lot of cooking. They're 30. So most likely I'll be doing like 120. You can tell by the amount of quantity of the ingredients. Now, the work for making this stuff is really in preparation. I use chicken breast and shrimp. So I do a combination. Sometimes I have to do separate ones because somebody's allergic to shrimp. So I do not do them together so that they don't get cross-contaminated. And so that's what I'm doing. Hi, Vanity. I am showing you guys how I prepare egg rolls. You know, of course, Michael is coming on Sunday, and he asked me to do some egg rolls for him. So this is the chicken that is doing its thing in the pot. And so once the chicken is prepared, then I'm going to add the cabbage. But I want to make sure that the chicken, although they're tiny pieces, that they're really cooked. So that's what you're hearing. So when you're doing this, you do not want to burn it, although you want it cooked. So one of the things you have to do for sure is to make sure that you keep playing with your heat. You bring it up, you bring it down. And that's one of the amazing things about it. So you have your heat going up, your heat going down, and you keep just playing with the dial. And then, so that goes on like this. And then I'm going to test it. I love testing. And I can tell you, it's cooked. So guess what? Cabbage goes in. All of the cabbage goes in. So there's the cabbage. I like using everything. I'm an immigrant. We don't waste anything. So now I'm going to put the cabbage in. So things have to cook, right? So this is what is happening. There's the cabbage and the chicken. Everything is pre-seasoned. The cabbage doesn't really, the vegetables do not require any seasoning. They are fine like that. They will have their own liquid also. So I might have some water. I should be really having wine, but I didn't have water. And so this, I'm letting the cabbage do that, and the chicken is also doing its thing while the cabbage. I use avocado oil. I really like avocado oil for those things. So I just need to stir it, because you do not want your vegetables to be limp when you're doing this, right? So I let the cabbage get a little bit more heat. I play with the dial so that they get the heat that they need. So you see, so that's what's happening here. Nothing is sticking, because when you're cooking and you don't want the smoke, I didn't put the fan because you wouldn't hear me. But I have windows open and I'm letting the cabbage do its thing. It's so quick. The work about doing egg rolls is the amount of time to prepare the vegetables and everything. So now I'm tossing the carrot in. So you can see the carrot is nicely shredded. Again, I'm scraping every last little bit of carrot in there. I am an immigrant. We do not waste anything. So that goes over. And now I just stir that in. Remember, even when you turn off your stove, things are still cooking. So remember that the heat is still into those things. And the carrot doesn't really require a lot of cooking. And you want your vegetables in your egg roll to be crunchy. So you see what it's starting to. And then they are seasoned. But I'm now going to add some green onion and white onion. The process of doing it, the work, is in the preparation of the vegetables. So this is chicken. And as you know, Mr. Garlic burns, right? So because garlic burns, you don't want to give it too much heat. You want it in there. And everything, the chicken is been properly seasoned. So it's like this. And that's what, so you see it has some color, yeah, a little green here and onion. And then I'm going to put the cloves of garlic that I chopped. So that's in here. So now we just have to get it all mixed in. I have my heat around 5, 8. I keep going between 5 and 8. I need some heat sometimes and then I bring it down. So we have nothing sticking. Isn't that beautiful? Look at the bottom of the pan. Nothing is sticking. And cooking takes time. It's not something to rush. The shrimp hasn't gone in yet. But the shrimp doesn't require a lot of heat, right? It is also seasoned, as you can see. So I'm playing back down to 8 with my, and here you go. And that's it for here. So I'm making sure that goes in. So I'm going to toss the shrimp in. And I don't want the shrimp to get a lot of movement. So I'm going to just scatter them around, because the heat from the other ingredients in there will cook the shrimp. You don't want your shrimp to look like you're chewing on a piece of bread or something equally as hard, you know, or like you're chewing something difficult and hard. So I put it in and then I fold. Once the shrimp goes in, you begin to fold. So folding is where you take it like this, and this is folding. I'm not stirring anymore. I'm folding, and I'm folding it. So once you fold it, you let the heat get to the shrimp. And I sometimes add a little bit of gin to this. So you might see me adding a little bit of gin. I love to add a little bit of alcohol to that type of food, just a little bit. Because sometimes you just need that to bring out some of the flavors. And now I have the Brussels sprout, which, as you know, does not require very much heat. So now that the not the Brussels sprouts, the bean sprouts, sorry, the bean sprouts are going in, it doesn't require much heat. And again, you do not want to break it up. So the process for the bean sprout is folding. So this is going to be folded in. So folding, the heat is cooking everything. So I have my heat at minimum. I'm going to bring it to 5, and to allow the bean sprout to be just perfect. I know the flavor. My chicken, I added a little more salt because the vegetables has no salt. And I don't add any more flavors to it because I want it to just fold. So everything is being folded. And of course the vegetables add liquid. So you will see what I'm going to do as soon as I decide it's good enough. I'm going to take it. So this is what, so you take it from here, and by the time it gets done, the bean sprout will lose a little bit of its crunch, but that adds flavor. So I can maybe taste it already. It's really good. So everything is doing its thing. And it's already nice and tasty. So, just to really make it tasty, we're going to add some gin. So, if I can open this, I'm not good sometimes at getting something that I give a lot of. So here, a little bit of the gin. I like this particular gin because it's made with juniper berries. That's my excuse. It's made with a vegetable, with a plant. So this is more or less ready to go. So I'm going to turn it out and turn off the heat. And the very last thing I am going to do is to drain it. Now the draining process to get all the liquid out goes like this. This is a big pot. I put this here, and then I scoop everything into the pot, into the strainer, and spread it, and let it do its thing. So it will take all the water off. And that will be ready for tomorrow, that I will be able to fold them, because they do not require absolutely no liquid, otherwise they'll be soggy. And you can see. So that's it. Thank you guys for watching and being there with me. It is amazing. Thank you. I'm so happy. Ezra came, somebody came, and Tiny J, but everybody's gone. So I'll show you tomorrow how I fold the egg rolls. Have a nice night. Bye.